Does your finish look like this, the dreaded chicken wing? Well, it's not this arm that's the problem. It's this arm that's the problem. And it's not your finish that's the problem, it's your backswing that's the problem. Today I'm going to show you how your trail arm is causing your chicken wing. The chicken wing is a pretty common phrase used in golf, and it typically comes from golfers who come over the top, i.e. slice, struggle with contact, lack of distance, don't take a divot, you know all the stuff. And so when they come through, their elbow works this way and it just looks really ugly. It also puts a lot of strain on the wrist and the elbows. The reason for that is because the trail arm, which is my right arm for a right-handed golfer, is not in the correct spot in the backswing. So let's walk through it. We're going to talk about the setup, we're going to talk about the top of the swing, and then we're going to talk about some misconceptions and a drill. So here we go. So first of all, in the setup, when you're set in there, and I got my main man Nick behind the camera. Nick, give him the thumbs up. There he is. All right, Nick gave us a thumbs up. If you're watching this video, give us a thumbs up and tell us where you're from. But in the address position, I want your trail arm to be slightly bent. See that from face on right here? See how my trail arm is slightly bent? And then as a result, from down the line, you can see my trail arm is slightly underneath my lead arm. All right, everybody see that? So if you're like, I can't get that feel, just bring it up front and just like this, right? See how it bends? Right there, like that. So you kind of bend it a little bit, not a lot, okay? Just bend it a little bit, get set in, and then boom. Now, what does that do? Well, it positions your arm, it sets your arm on the backswing to naturally fold. All right, to naturally fold up. So let's talk about this, because there are some misconceptions. Because we have all types of golfers, right? There's one golfer who gets it really up like this, drops it to the inside. He's a pretty good player. He won a Masters, been on tour forever. He's on the Champions Tour now. If you know who that is, put it in the chat, because then I know that you're watching a lot of golf. But the key on the backswing with the trail arm is not so much that the elbow, okay, is tightened in, right? That's another misconception. People think their trail arm needs to be super tightened in. Actually, we like it a little further away. So this is okay, but this is better. Now this is better because it creates some width and some length and therefore some speed in your golf swing. But the key is that you basically want the trail elbow to be pointed down. Okay, that's the key takeaway here. The trail elbow, unless you're that one golfer we were talking about, should basically be pointed down. Doesn't have to be by your side, just has to be down. So let me go ahead and just take it to the top. I'm going to give you a couple drills to get that feel. So look at this. How does that look right there? Right? Hopefully the elbow is kind of pointed down, but it's away from my body. Let me do it one more time. Boom. Now that you know that, okay, because when that arm is in that position, then it can drop into the slot. You can hit it from the inside, and you can go ahead and release it and get rid of that chicken wing. Now, how can you get the club naturally in that position? A couple ways. The first one is to simply get set up, all right? And just take your arms, get in that setup position, bend the elbow a little bit, and just lift your arms. See? Just lift and turn. Everybody see that? Okay, just lift and turn. This is the drill that I gave Vernon. Vernon's in our coaching program. And if you're interested in that, Nick will throw that down there so you can take a look at it and check it out. But he's in our coaching program, and he was really struggling with the top position in his golf swing. I said, all right, Vernon, let's simplify it. Get set in there, okay? Just lift your arms a little bit, kind of to chin height, turn, and you're going to be in a good spot. Let me go ahead and hit one. So it's just lift, turn, and through. Now the first couple times you do that drill where you lift it and turn, you might top the first couple, so you might want to put it on a tee, but that's a simple, easy way to get that trail arm in a good position. Now, the other way that you can do that, and this is a little bit more for the advanced golfers. Now there's also some training aids out there that you can kind of put between your arms, and those are helpful. I've used some of those. We've even developed one here at VLS Golf, and those are good. I don't think those are good to use. But the other simple feel you can have is to feel like your elbows are actually getting closer together as you complete your backswing. Okay, so just the simple feel when you're in there, right? As you start to transition to the top of your backswing, just feel like your elbows are getting closer together, okay, versus further apart. So let me just go and take it up. I'm just going to feel like they get closer. Now I might exaggerate that. Now that doesn't feel natural to me at all. Matter of fact, it puts a little strain on my shoulder, so you want to be a little careful, but that would be the opposite of that. All right, so let me go ahead and hit one here. So I'm just going to pivot. I'm going to feel my elbows kind of squeeze together. Here we go, pivot and squeeze. All right, I'll take that. It was a tad thin. So lots of times the reason you're chicken winging it is because your trail arm isn't in the correct position on the backswing. Now that we've fixed your chicken wing, check out my next video. And if you want to personally work with us and my team on your golf swing and your golf game, check out vlscoaching.com.